What is it that makes a gravel bike great? Is it speed? Is it comfort? Is it handling? Is it stability? Is it the ability to haul all of your gear for multi-day adventures? Since I've started riding the MOG, I've asked myself that question over and over and over again. What is it that makes a gravel bike great? At first glance, you might notice that the MOG doesn't quite look like other gravel bikes that I've ridden. Some might argue that it looks less sporty or less aggressive, that the geometry is more slack, and that overall it just looks like a bigger bike. There was even this guy who commented, next video, why I sold the MOG. But you know what? Looks can be deceiving. When you're riding it, you can't help but feel that they've struck a balance here. It's fast without being twitchy or feeling unstable, and it feels planted, and it provides confidence without feeling sluggish. With this more slack geometry, you do have a little bit of limitations when it comes to handling and cornering, but it's still exceptional for a gravel bike. And the more you ride it, the more you realize just how stiff this is in the right places. When you hop out of the saddle on the MOG, it goes and it continues to go and go. Features like the storage in the down tube that seem useful on paper are even more useful in real life. In fact, I would say that that is one of my favorite extra features of this bike. And where the MOG has really exceeded my expectations has been on the road. Maybe it's the stiffness, maybe it's the aerodynamic profile that kind of mirrors the Melee. Whatever it is, it feels quick and snappy on the road. And if you know me and you know my riding style, that's very, very important. These bikes have to pull double duty. It's gotta be something that is fast on gravel, but that isn't a total slog to get to the trailhead. And I think because it performs so well on the road, I'm totally fine with keeping it as a 2x. To have that additional gear selection in exchange for a little bit of weight and complexity goes a long way with me. I want a bike like this to be used as something that I can throw on the back of our van and travel with, and I can do road rides as well as gravel rides without having to worry about different setups. Even though we're still early in the year, I'm gonna go on record and say that the MOG is going to be one of the best, if not the best, gravel bike of 2023. And I say that because the MOG can really do it all. If you want a fast setup, set it up just like mine. I feel like I've put together a really good, fast, well-rounded setup with these Reserve 4044s and the Continental Terra Speeds in 40mm. Let's say that you wanna go crush it in a different way and you wanna mount bags and go bike packing and do multi-day adventures with your friends. Well, guess what? The MOG also has you covered there. And the fact that you can do all of that with one single bike is what makes the MOG so great and so versatile. See, I think the MOG embodies what a modern day gravel bike is and what it should be able to do. If you're wondering how it compares to the Crux, well, I'll talk about that in a future video. And if you're reading between the lines here, I have no need for two gravel bikes, so one of these bikes is going to go. I'd love for you to stick around to find out which direction I go here. Whether you subscribe or not, I am very much torn between these two bikes. I'm telling you, the MOG has exceeded my expectations and it continues to impress. Next up, I'll share my thoughts on some of these ceramic speed products that I've been testing, whether or not I think they are worthwhile, and maybe how they can make some improvements in your riding. I'm also gonna jump back on the road bike for a little bit of riding out of southern Utah, and then we've got Sea Otter and a bunch of other stuff coming up. Anyways, if you have any questions, shoot me a message on Instagram or drop me a comment below. Until next time.